Recently, I've been doing quite a lot of delving, and the results have been surprising. So today I wanted to talk about it. Now, a quick word of warning. I didn't plan this video out when I started delving, so I haven't exactly been recording all of my drops. I just have some rough ideas here and there. Like I know I haven't gotten any raw divine drops in Delve recently, I have gotten quite a few boss drops, and it was probably within 20 bosses, and I have absolutely no idea how many awakened sextants or maps that I got. I just know it's a very significant number. So today I'm going to go over a little bit of why you might want to delve and how surprisingly profitable it's been for me, at least over the past couple days. It all started on my Twitch stream the other day, where I was delving, and I got a Doriani's Machinarium plus Ultimatum aspect from the unique Val boss. I looked these up and I had around 2.5 divines in profit from one boss kill, which is pretty darn good. But of course, it can't be that consistent, right? Well, no, it can't, but there are a lot of other high-value items which Delve offers. First up, if you target specialty nodes, things that contain fire items, minion items, or curse items, you can get some pretty juicy stuff. For example, you can get +1 Spectre chests with a fracture worth several divines. Curse on hit rings tend to sell well, and minion damage or speed can also be a very popular stat. Fractures do seem pretty rare, but as you get down to depth 300 to 500, these nodes become more common. Don't worry, if you get deeper, they're even more common. Another way to get consistent profit is by going into cities. City nodes have two things that you want: maps and awakened sextants. The price of awakened sextants keeps going up and up and up, which means any farming strategy that can reliably produce them is also going to become more valuable. And last I checked, polished delve scarabs, aka sulfite scarabs, are something like 1 to 2 C each, which makes it very cheap in terms of a currency investment. Where most of the investment comes in is A, having a build strong enough to go deep. For my Poison Spark, that's completely fine. Don't worry, if you want to know more about the build, that should be coming up within my next couple videos. Be sure to get subscribed if you want to see more. And also the time to delve, since if you're delving, you're not mapping. Because I wasn't planning to make this video, I didn't keep track of that at all, but I'm just going to say that so far it's been fun enough that I don't really care. Is it the most profitable mechanic in the world? I don't know. But some people make all of their currency off of it league after league and end up with hundreds of divines, so it can't be that bad either. In terms of my own personal experiences, that one boss drop kind of tipped me off that this might be something worthwhile, and I ended up doing quite a bit more delving, which resulted in 2 Ul's Uprising, 4 Doriani's Machinarium, and 3 Ultimatum aspects. The aspects are about half a divine each and sell pretty well in bulk. The uprisings, if left unidentified, sell for about 2.8 to 2.9 divines each, though where's the fun in that? If you want to see what happened with my 2 uprisings, more about that by the end of the video. And the Machinariums sell for about 2 divines each, at least as of when I sold off mine. So all in all, in big drops, I'm already over 10 divines. Then I've also got a bunch of maps and sextants. Sextants are really easy to sell in bulk and are going at 5 to 60 each. They should probably trend up rather than down as the league progresses. Maps, if you get a good one, something that's meta and people want to run, it can often sell in bulk for 4 or 5 C each. I've been doing Cemetery, but something like Defiled Cathedral or Crimson Temple is also totally fine. Of course, as you're delving, it can often pay to walk off into the darkness and break a wall in hopes of some additional currency. Some fossils are not going to be worth very much. These are the common elemental fossils that no one really uses, or at least not too many people do. Whereas, if you can find a stash of perfect fossils, then you're looking at a good few chaos, since in bulk they sell for up to 10 chaos each. Again, dependent on how many you have. Overall difficulty in Delve is really interesting, because it scales the deeper you go. And Delve goes really deep, to the point where anything but the best builds in the game will be absolutely annihilated in an instant. My own build, Poison Spark, probably can't go super deep, although going to depth 500 plus is good enough if you want consistent currency. If you're going to go all in and make this your entire league strategy, you will have to go deeper. But if you want to map and then casually hop into the delve when your sulfite fills up, 500 or so is more than fine, and you can go sideways to avoid increasing the difficulty further. As you do, your number one priority should be finding bosses. After that, regular city nodes are also a good source of profit, and then any of the specialty nodes, things like have lightning items, physical items, curse items, or minion items, are all especially valuable. And then, last but not least, you also want to look for special fossil nodes. The price of things like hollow and fractured fossils do vary from time to time, so be sure to check before selling off. But overall, these nodes aren't super rare either, so it's another source of somewhat consistent profit. Now, in terms of your character, here are a few caveats. 1. Delve enemies hit hard, so you're going to want to be tanky. 2. They have lots and lots of health, so you're going to want defenses. 3. Darkness is a damage over time effect, and it gets terrifying. Darkness resistance will help, but it only goes so far. This means if you really want to min-max your delve experience, you're going to need a build that's very tanky, high damage, therefore likely pretty high investment, and is good against damage over time, using something like Leth Shade or High Recovery. Though if that sounds scary to you, don't worry too much. Even the lower depths, I'm around 200 for comparison, are still relatively profitable, so you can make currency on your way down. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your character doesn't have to be either. Remember, Sulfite Scarabs are incredibly cheap, so it's going to be much more about the time you're spending than the currency you're spending as you practice and as you learn. Speaking of practice and learning, you only get one attempt at bosses. If you die, there are no second portals to go back. So you might want to look up a guide before fighting them, such as my guide on how to fight the Crystal King, which will be up in the card and down in the description below. At first, the rewards from Delve will feel pretty inconsistent. This is because there's a lot of high-value items worth multiple divines, and a lot of nodes that give you less than nothing. It's important to remember that things should be averaged over dozens or hundreds of attempts, rather than thinking, oh, I got a Doryani's Machinarium after killing one boss, therefore every boss will drop them. I killed around 20 bosses and got 2 Uprisings, 0 notable drops from Kurgle, 4 Machinariums, and 3 Ultimatum aspects. Which means around 1/3 of the bosses that I fought dropped something relevant or worthwhile, and the rest gave me junk. Was this lucky or unlucky? I have no idea. But I did mention earlier that an unidentified Ul's Uprising is worth around 2.8 divines, and that's exactly how you should sell them if you're looking for consistent profit. But also, where's the fun in that? So I identified the first one. And it's worth about 80 chaos, so minus 2 divines there. I then identified the second one, which was a huge mistake because now it's worth 15C. So I guess rip 5 divines, but I'll probably make it up by crafting an item later. This is just a quick reminder that for every 30 divine GG amulet that someone IDs, someone else IDs complete garbage, more often than not. In the past, I liked Delve for the consistency it gave, and for a while it just didn't feel that profitable. Because there isn't all that much going on with the Crucible League mechanic, I looked for other things to do. And coming back to Delve has been honestly surprising to me. I expected to have fun, explore the mechanic, and not make much currency. Instead, I've had fun, explored the mechanic, and made at least 10 divines, probably more if I hadn't been dumb and identified both the amulets. Was I lucky? Was I unlucky? How much time did I spend? Well, it was about 3 full sulfite bars. I have no idea how much time that was. And ultimately, this wasn't supposed to be super scientific anyway. So I suggest buying 20 or 30 scarabs, trying it out for a few maps. If you like it, then cool, keep doing it. If you don't like it, oh well, there's always plenty more league mechanics and you can try a different farming strategy. But with that said, I'm curious, what have your experiences been delving? Have you found it to be profitable, dangerous, easy? Let me know some of your thoughts down in the comments below. And before I go, a special thanks to my patrons and channel members for the continued support. For as low as $1 a month, you can help make content just like this possible. If you want to see something else, maybe check out my Crystal King guide, or you can always go with the recommendation that's on screen right now. If you found this video helpful, maybe it taught you something new about Delve or how to profitably farm it, then do be sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more delving content, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Maybe when you're checking out my Poison Spark video.